Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, January 22nd through Sunday, January 28th, 2018. Can you believe we're almost at the end of the month of January already? For this week's weekly reading, we're going to be using the Power Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, is going to be coming from the Magical Messages from the Fairies deck by Doreen Virtue. So let's start by taking a look at your special stones of choice. The first stone of choice is Tiger Eye. Now, Tiger Eye is a brown stone but with golden colors in it, and this one has a lot of golden color energy in it, as you can see. The tiger's eye is both sun and earth energy combined, which is why it's got that golden hue of like the sun and then the darker brown of the earth. So we're actually merging the essence of those two things. The earth is a grounding energy. The sun is an energizing, kind of highlighting sort of energy. This tiger's eye is very high vibrational, and it enhances your psychic abilities, it stimulates the Kundalini energy, and it assists in accomplishing your goals. Your second stone of choice is orange calcite. And orange calcite, of course, relates to the sacral chakra, which is your chakra that deals with creative self-expression and passion. This is also a highly energizing stone. It helps to cleanse the lower chakras. It helps to balance your emotions and remove fear. It helps to dissolve challenges. And it actually maximizes your potential in life. And then your last stone of choice is this beautiful double terminated clear quartz crystal. We say double terminated because it's got a point on this end and a point over here on this end as well. So the energy is able to kind of move off in both directions at the same time. So this is actually an energy amplifier. All quartz crystals are energy amplifiers. And again, especially this one with the double points, it's amplifying the energies in two different directions at the same time. It helps to remove blocks to your energy field. It helps to dissolve karmic seeds, or we could say karmic blocks or karmic patterns. It helps to attune one to their spiritual purpose, and it's considered a master healer. So again, your stones of choice for your special message card is the tiger's eye, the orange calcite, or the double terminated clear quartz crystal. So let's talk about the energy of the week. So we only have 3 things going on, but they're actually pretty powerful, potent, and important energies. The first one we're going to talk about happens on Wednesday, the 24th. And we have Mercury, which is the planet that rules the mental realm. It rules our thoughts, our ideas, our communications, both within ourselves and with other people. And Mercury, the messenger, is going to connect with Pluto. And Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth energies, transformation, regeneration, transmutation. It's a very deep psychological and intense energy with Pluto. So with Mercury, planet of the mind, coming together with Pluto, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's really going to take us down deep into the core essence of what we are thinking, what we are believing, subconscious patterns that we're holding on to. We're going to be able to perceive things on a deeper level with other people, within relationships, and within circumstances with a better understanding of why they're taking place or what's happening underneath the surface. In other words, let's say you're having a communication, and here we have Mercury, the planet of communication, connecting with Pluto. If you're having a communication with someone and you can tell they're not quite telling you everything that's on their mind, this is a connection with Mercury and Pluto that can really help you to subconsciously know what's not being said. You know, it's like you're really tuning into the energy vibrations here, empathically speaking, to understand what's kind of going on behind the surface there. Okay, so again, it's of the mental realm though, although it can feel very deeply emotional because Pluto kind of brings in that almost deeply emotional kind of feeling to it. On Friday the 26th, Mars, the planet of energy and action and forward movement, which is a fire planet, has been in the sign of Scorpio, but is moving into the sign of Sagittarius. And I'm really excited about this because, again, Mars being a fire planet, while it's been in Scorpio for these past few weeks, it's almost watered down the energy, and it's really intensified the energy. It's very passionate in Scorpio, but it's passionate in an intense way, bringing up, again, subconscious things, dealing with abuse and fears and power and control issues. And that's why you've been seeing so much news going on right now in the media with the abuse of power and control and sexual misconduct. You know, that's part of it anyways. Mars kind of traveling through that sign of Scorpio. But of course, Jupiter's there as well, and Jupiter's going to be there longer. And that's part of what's been going on. But now Mars is moving into Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is a fire sign. So I love this in a way because the fire planet Mars is moving into a fire sign, and what's going to happen is things is going to they're going to start to unfold much more quickly. They're going to start to be energized, and they're going to be ignited and initiated with a fiery intensity. Now, for those of you that like calm, peace, go with the flow, you know, kind of balance energy, this is probably not the energy for you. But those of you that have been waiting for things to start to happen, new opportunities to come in, new directions to present themselves, you know, things to be kind of, again, initiated and be able to move forward more quickly, this is the energy for you. And Mars going into Sagittarius on January 26th, it's going to be there for a while. It's going to be there until March 17th. So we have that time period to watch things unfold more quickly. Now, again, some of this might be self-directed, you know, in other words, putting out your intentions, taking actions on certain things and letting them unfold quickly. Other things are going to be divinely kind of guided. So, you know, if you're not on your true path or following your true purpose, actually the universe can kind of redirect you here and things will start to happen quickly. Now, this can be a chaotic energy, Mars and Sagittarius. It can feel chaotic and can feel like a roller coaster ride. It can be about a lot of things happening all at once, again, because that's the fire element. So just kind of be prepared by staying grounded in whatever way is best for you. Meditation, getting out in nature, you know, taking a saltwater bath. Anything that's going to help to kind of bring that sense of balance will be helpful as the energies speed up here a little bit. And the other thing that they're telling me as I'm talking about this, Mars and Sagittarius, is that we are nearing a full moon at the end of the month. It doesn't happen this week, but in next week's reading, we're going to have that full moon lunar eclipse on January 31st, and then we're going to have a new moon solar eclipse on February 15th, and that's really going to speed up the energies too, along with this Mars being in Sagittarius. The last astrological thing we're going to talk about is on Sunday the 28th, and it's Mercury again, and now it's challenging Uranus. And so this is an energy that's kind of going on all week, with Mercury first connecting with Pluto on Wednesday, but you're going to feel it before then. You could feel it up to a couple of days before that. And then as we near the end of the week, it's connecting with Uranus in a challenging square aspect. So Mercury square Uranus can bring sudden, unexpected communications. Now, this can be positive or it might be surprising. And, you know, I'm not going to say a negative, bad way, but this could bring in something unexpected that you weren't expecting, basically, to happen. Somebody might say something without thinking. That's usually with Mercury and Uranus, is somebody's going to communicate, and it might be you. Somebody might communicate without truly thinking things through, and it just kind of blurts out of their mouth. Communication, higher communication can actually come in as well with this, because the Uranus energy rules that higher realm, the higher vibrational energies. So, you know, this could be, again, messages, information, guidance coming in, but it comes in maybe so fast and swift and furiously that it feels a little overwhelming. You know, that might be a good way to say it too, is it feels maybe overwhelming. So that's in a nutshell what's going on astrologically. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cards for the week and see if we can get more information that matches here the astrology for the week. Now, I usually choose 3 cards. Sometimes there's 4. You can see that there's 4 cards this week. When I pulled the first card here, 2 cards came out. So I asked if both of these cards needed to be the first card, basically, in the reading, and Spirit said yes. So let's turn over this first of the 2 and see how we begin. Okay, we have the 8 of Raphael. It seems like this card comes up quite a bit. The 8 of Raphael is like the 8 of Cups in the traditional tarot. And at the bottom it says, there's something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you, a spiritual quest. Now, usually the 8 of Cups is about walking away from something that's emotionally disempowering or emotionally unfulfilling. And here we have a similar image with a young woman who's got her back turned as if she's walking like away from something and towards something else. Now, you can see that, you know, there's water here, there's beautiful green. So she's walking towards something more emotionally fulfilling, something that's going to give her more emotional connectedness or better emotional feelings. But again, she's been disempowered by something, a circumstance, a situation. Again, this deals with our feelings, the suit of Raphael. The number 8 is about power, is about business and money as well, but often relates to our sense of our own inner authority and our own inner power. So again, I feel like there's something here that we've been disempowered, or we need to own our power. And in order for us to feel more emotionally balanced, we need to walk towards and take back that power. Let's go ahead and turn over the second of the 2 cards, because that might give us more information about what that's dealing with. Okay, wow, this is very telling. It's the Moon, Archangel Haniel with Major Arcana 18, the Moon card, which usually deals with emotions and feelings as well, and the deep subconscious, you know, what's deep in our subconscious mind, some of those fears and anxieties at times of the subconscious, although the Moon can also be about deep psychic perceptions as well. Now, this says the opportunity to improve your plan. So this actually starts out with a pretty positive message. The opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Face your fears and grow stronger. So those 2 cards actually go well together, and it goes well with the idea that Mercury is connecting with Pluto. Pluto to me is like going into the subconscious mind. The Moon card is about dealing with the subconscious mind. Again, those subconscious fears that we might be holding on to that really are just an illusion that we have to face and overcome, because, you know, those fears aren't real, because what's real is love. Unconditional love is what's real. Our spiritual power is what's real. You know, we have the spiritual power to move mountains, to overcome any challenge. And I love how this actually starts out, the opportunity to improve your plan. So if we look at these 2 cards together and read the messages, there is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you. It's an opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. So again, a very on-point message here with Mercury connecting with Pluto, and then later in the week connecting with Uranus. There's information coming in, new messages coming in, but first we have to tune into what's been disempowering us and take our power back. And again, we're reading between the lines, or we're going deep within our own psyche to understand certain patterns, fears, or anxieties so that they can be released and healed and let go. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the second card here. As we move throughout the week, we have, excuse me, 3 of Gabriel. This is like the 3 of fire. So this is interesting because the next astrological transit we talked about was Mars moving into the sign of Sagittarius, a fire sign. So here we have a fire card in the middle of the week, which is right on point with Mars going into fire sign Sagittarius. It says, prosperity arising from wise planning, time to take the next step. Okay, so here we're moving out of this fear, and now it's time to take the next step. Optimistic plans that turn out as expected. So again, claim your power. Stay in a place of positivity. Okay, expect things are going to turn out the way you want. Expect that they are going to be getting better. That's what this card is saying. The number 3 is about growth and expansion. The suit of fire, or Gabriel, is about spirit and creativity, creative energy, creative potential, okay? And here with Mars going into Sagittarius, we have a lot of creative potential to move forward quickly. So again, this is about taking the next step. And again, having that sense of optimism, positivity of the number 3, growth and expansion of the number 3. Let's take a look at the last card. Okay, the last card, another major arcana. Wow, so pretty powerful week. And again, we are building up to a full moon on the 31st. Of course, this week takes us until the 28th, but the moon is getting bigger. It's in a waxing state. So there's the potential here for a lot of growth happening, a lot of intense energy starting to kind of accumulate, basically, and get bigger. I like this card. It's Major Arcana 20, called New Beginnings, with Archangel Jeremiah. And at the bottom it says, starting a new life. I like that. Starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. Typically, this would be the Judgment card. This is the second to the last major arcana in the tarot deck. The Judgment card would have us kind of doing this review of the journey that we've been on, because actually after Major Arcana 20, we get to 21, the World, which is the end of a cycle. So it makes sense at this point that we're stopping for a moment to review where we've come from, what we've been through, you know, what we've been doing to get to the next step, because we're coming to a conclusion. And again, that makes sense as we near the full moon. We're coming to a conclusion of energy with this full moon cycle. Now, I kind of giggled a little bit after I read the first phrase here, because this card, the 3 of Gabriel, says, time to take the next step as the middle line. And this one says, starting a new life. So we're taking the next step to a new life. Again, we're finding our purpose. We're starting a new beginning. And I feel like this is giving us an indication with that new moon solar eclipse on February 15th, that there's something important that we're doing now, thinking about now, or intending now. We're taking the next step towards something that we'll start to see a new beginning with it as we move past that new moon solar eclipse on February 15th. So again, it's all a process, but we're definitely getting there. And this is definitely a really positive reading. We just have to get through this part here. And it's not negative, but we just have to, again, release any fears, you know, go within and find out what's the source of these fears, worries, and anxieties. And then know that it's not real, know that it's an illusion, know that as long as we step into our power, step into our purpose, step into our confidence, that we're gonna be able to then grow and take the next step. And this is, like, to me, indicating sailing forward. There's a ship here. This could actually indicate real movement, real travel, or it can be metaphoric that you're moving forward here. And here we have this new beginning that we're moving into. So very powerful and good message. Let's take a look at, I feel that Mars and that fire Sagittarius energy, because I feel really kind of ramped up here. So I got to take a breath here. Let's take a look at your special message depending on your stone of choice. So the first stone of choice was the Tiger's Eye. And they're just gonna, I feel like this one here is it. Tiger's Eye, people. The message, oh, I love it. Your wish is granted. Your wish is granted. What you've asked for is coming true. So basically, don't worry about the hows, don't worry about the whys or the when. Just know that what it is that you desire, whether it's a new relationship, a relocation, a new career path, abundance and prosperity, whatever it is, basically your message is that you're going to get it, okay? Now, here again, we see this fairy, like a fairy here, and she's kind of blowing this magical energy like out through her hands. This is telling me that you should put out your intentions during this full moon. This full moon is a powerful moon that's coming up next week because it's a lunar eclipse and it's a super moon, which I've mentioned in previous videos, like the monthly video if you haven't watched that. The super moon makes it more powerful. The lunar eclipse makes it more powerful. It's actually a blue moon, meaning the second full moon in the month of January. So put out your intentions during that January 31st full moon, and then watch it come to pass. Now again, don't worry about the when or how or you know, how it's going to come about. Just allow it to happen. Believe in it and know that it's going to happen. All right. For those of you that chose the orange calcite, I'm asking for the message for orange calcite people to kind of show itself here. And this corner is catching my eye, so I'm going to pull this one out. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, so it says at the bottom, it says, with daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. So I feel like you've been maybe trying to accomplish something. You've been trying to move forward on maybe a new path or manifest something in your life. Again, whether that be a new relationship or career or whatever it might be. This is saying don't give up. To me, this is what the message is. Don't give up and keep doing what you're doing. Keep on doing, like, don't feel like it's wasted time or wasted effort. I feel like what you're doing is good. What you're doing is right. Continue to do it. Okay, and maybe there is some reality with the practice, practice, practice. Maybe you're trying to do something and become good at it, and maybe you're feeling frustrated by it because you don't feel like you're good enough or that you have more to learn or whatever. So in that sense, you know, a more real, accurate message would be, again, to keep doing it. Practice, 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 and you'll get it. But again, that first message that came in is keep doing what you're doing, because you're going to get there. You're going to manifest what you want. You're going to get your dreams. Here we have, you know, a unicorn. We have a fairy. She's in a relaxed state. She's playing an instrument here with the unicorn, attentively listening to her. This is telling me that you're going to get to the place that you want to be at. You're going to get to that place where you're feeling more relaxed with life and with what you're doing and where you're going. And that hope for the future. It's almost like this little picture here, and there's this beautiful image back in the background that you're going to manifest this through your creative efforts, through being relaxed, through being in a state of peace and knowingness that it's going to happen. Okay? All right, and then for those of you that chose the double terminated quartz crystal, double terminated quartz crystal people, okay, wow, I'm getting like mixed messages. Okay, here we go. This one here. Ooh, new career. New career. I also hear new life. Okay, so new career, new life path, new life, new chapter. Okay, I'm hearing all those phrases. So it may actually be a new career, but it may be just a new beginning to your own life in some way. The message at the bottom, it says your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, and successful direction. So again, maybe it's a project you're working on, some new project, that's going to be successful. Maybe it's actually you're switching careers, that's going to be successful. Maybe you're moving on to a new chapter in your life. Maybe that chapter brings in a new partnership or marriage or children or movement in your location of where you're living. Whatever it is, whatever the new thing is, it doesn't necessarily just mean career, because I keep hearing that it's just about new. It's just about new things in life. And look at all the light that's shining around this fairy, this angel. We got rainbow energies. We got gold and pink and white, and it's just like the blessings from the universe. And I feel like there's a great healing with this green color on the outside of the card. A great healing that's taking place in your life that brings about these new blessings, these new opportunities, and the new directions that you're moving towards. So very, very good message for the week. Very good individual messages for all the stones. I send you all much love and light. Thank you all so much for your comments, for subscribing to my channel, for following me on Facebook. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I send you again many angel blessings and much love and light until we meet for next week's reading and next month's reading for February. I bid you wonderful, wonderful new opportunities ahead. Namaste.